Loretta, and congratulations. It is now my pleasure to invite Raymond Sandoval of the Santa Fe Kiwanis Club to share an exciting announcement on behalf of the Stephen Watts Kearny Chapter.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm too close. I want to make sure you guys are all awake. So, Regent, State Regent, Congresswoman, Secretary, Peter, Brigadier General, and Director, thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. My name is Ray Sandoval, and I have the awesome privilege and responsibility to serve as the event chair for the burning of Zozobra for the Kiwanis Club of Santa Fe. And I'm honored to be joined here today by my president, Bob Clifford, and many members of my Kiwanis family. The Kiwanis Club has long been a part of this community's fabric for generations, and it's days like this that remind us why we stay involved. I have to tell you that I've been with Zozobra for 46 of my 52 years on this planet, and it's not just an event that I run, it's part of who I am and who our community is. And so when the Regent and the chapter invited me to stand today in a garden beside a liberty tree that has been growing for a year, how could I say no? The Liberty Tree and Zozobra have more in common than you might think. The Sons of Liberty gathered under these trees to declare that we will not be governed by fear, by tyranny, or by gloom. And they came together as a community and they acted. Every September in Santa Fe, 50,000 of our closest friends and neighbors gather at Fort Marcy Park to do the same thing. They suffer their worries, their fears, their grief, their frustrations into our 50-foot little monster, as I like to call him, and then we watch him burn. It is a declaration. It always has been. This year, the declaration takes on a new dimension. The 102nd burning of Zozobra carries the theme, the tyranny of gloom versus the spirit of 1776. So when old man Gloom swaggers into Fort Marcy Park this September, wearing the stolen robes and crown and scepter of King George III, our torchbearers will rise up and overthrow him, just as America did 250 years ago. Which brings me to why I'm here on this stage and at this part of this program today. I am honored and proud to announce that the Kiwanis Club of Santa Fe and the Stephen Watts Kearny Chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution are formally partnering for the 102nd burning of Zozobra. As you've heard, this chapter has documented 122 soldiers of Santa Fe Presidio who contributed to the American Revolutionary cause. 122 New Mexicans, many of them Spanish, many of them from families who still echo in our city, who stood on the right side of history. That story deserves to be told, and our little monster gives us a stage to tell not only 50,000 people that are there, but over 1 million people who watch online every year as we extinguish our gloom. Together, we're adding New Mexico's unique voice to America 250 story, not as a witness to history, but as makers of that history. So I want to leave you with one thought. As the tree was planted a year ago today, quietly, without ceremony, without fanfare, it did not know that it would be dedicated on Arbor Day. It did not know that a congresswoman would stand beside it, or a brigadier general, or a state regent, or members of one of the oldest civic organizations in our country. It grew because that is what living things do when someone believes in them to plant them. The soldiers of the Santa Fe Presidio did not know 250 years later that we would still be saying their names. The men who first built Zozobra in 1924 did not know that 100 years later, 50,000 Santa Feans and New Mexicans would gather every September to carry out what they started. And the Sons of Liberty who gathered into those trees could not have imagined this garden, this day, or this moment, but they planted it anyway. That is what we do in Santa Fe. That is what the Daughters of the American Revolution do. It is what Kiwanis does. We plant things that we may never fully see in the ground, in the community, and in the hearts of the people that come after us, and we trust that it will grow. So to Madam Regent and every member of the Stephen Watts Kearny Chapter, and to this remarkable city that we both call home, and we're so proud to work. Thank you for letting us be part of growing here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.